I'm Bobby Fisher, and this is my Aesthetically Awkward podcast, a show where we dive into all things aesthetics, health, wellness, entrepreneurship, and everything in between. This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not medical advice. Please consult your own healthcare provider before making any decisions in your personal health journey. Now let's get into it. Today, I'm sitting down with a guest who I'm excited to introduce you to. Her name is Trinity Upton. She's one of our medical estheticians here at LuxLift. Trinity has been with us since June of 2025, so we're coming up on 9 months. She's been working with our patients and her clients as a medical esthetician.
I'm Trinity, and this is actually my first podcast, so I'm excited to be here.
There have been a ton of you who have already been a client or a patient here, either in her treatment bed receiving a facial or a chemical peel or over in the laser room. So hundreds of you have already met her, but you're only seeing her once a month or every other month or a couple times a year for a pico laser or a microneedling. You're not really getting the opportunity to get to know her as a human being. So that's what these podcast episodes are about. I want you to get to know the person behind our social media accounts and the people that are providing your treatments here at LuxLift. So before we get into Trinity's origin story, I want to do a little icebreaker. We're going to do our behind the mic segment. So each week on the podcast, I try to do this where I share a flex or a flop that I've experienced recently. Today, Trinity is going to share a flex or a flop with us. So either something that has gone really well, or maybe something that went sideways that has taught her a life lesson. Could be personal, professional. Trinity, it's up to you. Do you have a flex or a flop to share with us today?
Yeah, so sadly, recently I had to get all 4 of my tires changed.
Ooh.
And it hadn't even been a week, maybe 4 or 5 days at the most. I just popped another
Oh my
tire, so I
gosh.
had to go get that fixed again.
Did they have a warranty on them?
No. I thought that they would, but they said that if it was a problem from them doing it at where I got it done, they would fix it, or if it was a problem with the tire. But if it was like a screw or a nail or something I had ran over, and I had to pay for it. And I don't know how, but I got like a metal scrap, like a small metal scrap in there. So
I am so sorry. Probably driving through a construction zone or
I'm
something
sure,
that fell out of
yeah.
a construction worker's truck, or, we live in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by
Right.
cornfields. So probably from a farmer's trailer or something. I'm so sorry. I know tires are not cheap. And then, of course, you had to change all 4 of them. Was it just normal wear and tear, like time to change them out?
Yeah, I drive a lot, so it's probably going on about 2 years since I changed them last, honestly. It was about time. But yeah, I was kind of sad just because I just got them fixed, and then they obviously just patched up. So I don't know how long that lasts, but hopefully I don't.
I have done this before too. I've driven on a patch. I don't know that it's the recommendation for safety purposes, but
Yeah.
I've definitely driven on a patch longer than a year. So
Okay.
just monitor your air gauges, whatever that's called. I don't know if that's the
Okay.
professional term, but monitor that. And if you start to notice any concerns, then it's probably time to buy a new tire.
Okay.
Patch is definitely much more affordable than buying a new tire for sure.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, thank you for that little icebreaker warm up. So let's get into your background story. So,
Yeah, so I am actually from Indiana. I still live in Indiana.
but not far from here, then.
No, I actually just live right across the state line, so maybe 20 minutes from here. Um, I actually live in such a small town, so typically to get to anywhere, I have to come over here to
That's
Danville.
what I tell people. Like when you are from small Nowheresville, Indiana, like when we say we're going to town, it's going to Danville.
Right,
So,
literally.
yes.
And people are like, "What? There's nothing in Danville," when they actually live here.
Like
So.
when you don't understand, like the town has like 6 collective stop signs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
no stoplights, no grocery store, anything. Like this is town.
Yeah.
So.
I loved going to a small high school too, honestly. I went to the same school, North Vermilion, since I was in like pre-K Head Start. So I knew everybody I graduated with. It's such a small school too. Even
It
if you're
is.
not like friends with certain people, you know who they are.
You know their names.
And at
yeah.
some point you come in contact with them at some point in a class or something. So it was nice, like going to school every day, knowing everyone. It made everything super comfortable. I'm actually pretty shy, as you guys know. I was like nervous to get on here, but like, I did cheer in school, and I was able to get involved in a lot of things because I didn't go to such a big school, and I knew everybody, so I was super comfortable, like, getting into different things while I was in school too, which was nice.
So you did cheerleading. What other kind of extracurricular activities were you involved in?
Yeah, I played basketball,
Okay.
cheerleading, and I did track as well.
So you're always like year round physically active doing
Yeah, I
something.
tried to, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Do you do any of those as hobbies as an adult?
No, not really. I wish
Fair
I
enough.
ran more, but I don't.
But I have had brief periods on and off as an adult as running, and then I blew out my meniscus and was like, well, you know what? We're done with
Yeah.
that. Not
Yeah.
going to do that anymore.
I actually, that's what I tore my meniscus and ACL when I was playing basketball, so I hadn't played
Ooh,
basketball since. That's why I kind of switched to cheer too, another reason why.
gotcha. A little less taxing on
Yeah, a
your
little
knees.
easier,
Now,
yeah.
with as petite or as you are, like, were you ever like the flyer? Did you do stunts or anything like
No,
that?
not really. I think maybe I got put up in a stunt, like, once, but I was never really a flyer. I'm too clumsy, honestly.
Oh, fair
I
enough.
could not stay tight up there
Yeah, I
at
was just
all.
say just look down or look out at somebody and whoops, just topple off the top of the
Yeah,
pyramid.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't have any close calls like
Yeah.
that.
Me
So, what like at what point did you decide to do esthetician school? Is that something that you decided on while you were in high school, or did you have a different career path lined up? Like, what brought you into aesthetics?
Yeah, I had, like, senioritis. I was getting super, super nervous, like, getting out of school, not really having a plan. I knew I wanted to continue my education, go to school for something, but I had a few different ideas in mind, and so towards my senior year, I started to, like, go back and forth on the ideas, and I could not decide what I wanted to do. Lucky for me, my aunt went to a massage school, which was actually paired with the SD school that I went to. And in high school, I used to do like prom makeup, homecoming makeup, stuff like that for friends and people that I went to school with. And I started to get really serious about makeup, and I wanted to do something with makeup going forward, but obviously, around this area, it's such a small area, you
It's
really don't
limited.
have much that you can do with it. So that's why I was also indecisive. I was like, is this something that's gonna take me somewhere later? Is it worth going to school for? But then my aunt recommended like I could learn makeup there and all of these things. She was just talking to me about it. So I went and did a tour in Carmel, Indianapolis. That's where I went to school
What
at.
was the name of your SU
It
school?
was Indiana Wellness College, and it
So
was a great school. I loved it when I toured there. I think that's one thing that really pushed me towards it was just, like, touring and meeting the people, and then when I started school is when I actually got into weirdly enough, into the skincare side of things. So I started SD school the month after I graduated high school.
oh, so you didn't even take a summer off, then you went
No.
straight into the program.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I
Okay.
wanted to start too just because I was nervous if I took any time off that I'm super indecisive that I would start changing my
You're afraid
mind
you're gonna get
again.
cold feet and back
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So I was like, "Let me just dive right into it," and I got lucky that it started so quickly after. I think it was because I was dealing with, like, the stress of being a senior, graduating finals, it was the end of the year, and stressing about what I was gonna do after school that I started dealing with acne really bad myself. And probably too, just starting treatments within SD school, I think probably purging a lot since it was
All
new
those
to
different
me.
chemicals on your skin at any
Yeah.
given time. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
sure that was probably pretty taxing. So you didn't really have a lot of acne during high school. It was really
No,
after high school for
not
you.
necessarily. I would get, like, the normal breakouts, like hormonal breakouts and things that would pop up. But yeah, it was, like, after high school, I started dealing with it really bad. Like, it started lining my cheeks and my jaw. So that's when I really was like, I need to, like, figure this out for myself. So I got really into the skincare side of things. And then obviously dealing with it myself, I realized it takes a toll on you. And so it was nice being able to get education on that so that I could tell more people about it and show people how to deal with their skin too.
So when you initially started at Indiana Wellness College, your thought process was becoming a professional makeup artist, and then it kind
Yeah.
of opened up the door of why don't I get my esthetician diploma,
Yeah.
get my license and do that because you can do professional makeup artistry as well as work with skin and skin
Right.
health. So
Yeah.
awesome.
And it does I think it they both pair really well together. You need good skin to have good makeup, so it pairs really well together. That's why I
Absolutely.
love that I got that background knowledge with the makeup. But even to this day, I tried to, as I was working with skin, do some makeup on the side, and I went back to skincare every time. It's definitely my favorite side of it.
And you're so right about good skin. It just really emphasizing how much better your makeup is going to settle. A big thing I hear in my consults is like, I'm starting to see these fine lines and my makeup settling into these creases. There's a lot of things that we can do in the treatment room, but you need to have a hydrating home skincare
Yeah.
regimen. You need to be exfoliating. So that's when I really defer over to you to make sure that their skin routine is actually benefiting them so they can preserve their results. Because
Yeah.
there's only so much we can do with Botox, filler, microneedling. If you're not maintaining those results at home, you're going to see very minimal payout.
Right.
So for people who are maybe thinking about getting into aesthetics, becoming an esthetician, going to somewhere like Indiana Wellness College, what was aesthetic school like?
It was actually a really quick program, honestly. I went 2 days a week, and I actually went Sunday and Monday, which was really
Oh,
nice.
wow.
It was back to back, but I had the full week to do whatever I needed if I worked in between or if I had, like, schoolwork that I needed to take home and get done, and it was only a 9-month course,
Okay.
so it honestly flew by. I was done that next year in 2022, so I was able to start working, and it was nice when I was in SC school, they actually did career fairs or job fairs too, which is actually what helped me. I signed up for something there, which got me my first job right out of school. I actually wasn't even done with school when I was able to start working.
So they brought you on, was it like an apprenticeship? Did you have to
Um
work, under somebody's direct supervision? You got
Uh,
your license?
actually, I worked for a franchise, so
Oh,
it worked out. I was able to start working at the front desk and
perfect.
learn, like, just basic things like how to book people and all of
Which
that.
you need to learn anyway. That
Yeah,
needs to be a
yeah.
part of your orientation before you ever start seeing clients. That's definitely a great place to start. So right out of school, or actually right before you finished school and before you got your license, you started with this franchise, and it was more of like a day spa setting.
Starting there was, I think, a great starting experience for me, a learning experience. We did a lot of continued education there, and we really dove into product knowledge. Obviously, all products are different, so working with new product all the time, you have to continue your education for that. But we did webinars based off the product brands that we use specifically there all the time. So it was always learning new things about the products. And then we also did in person trainings too, which was nice as well. I felt like the whole time I worked there, there was a lot of room for, like, growth and education. Oh, when I started there, I started with custom facials. We did custom facials and paired, LED light, red light, and I did chemical peels. We also did a microderm. It was a different type of microderm. It was like the microderm infusion.
Okay.
I think that was the main treatments that we did there. They added different kinds of like facials and things like that, but they didn't do anything super extreme. At the first place that I worked at, I was able to dermaplane because I was in Indiana, but when I switched to Illinois, I couldn't dermaplane
And you
anymore.
transferred from the same chain just to
Yeah,
a different
yeah,
store. So you got your Illinois license by endorsement, went over to Illinois, worked in Illinois at the same place, just different location. Of course, you had to follow the Illinois regulations at the
yeah,
time. Recently, Illinois just changed it so you don't need a like medical supervision or a medical director to dermaplane now. You still need, good technique and training, all the things, but
yeah.
at the time she was working there, that regulation was still enforced that you had to have like a good faith examination and whatnot. So didn't get to do dermaplaning very long until you came on board with us. But still at that same location, you were still mostly doing like the feel good, like
Yeah,
custom facials.
spa-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, very spa-like.
Which we love. We love a good reset,
Yeah.
but maybe not as like aggressive or intense. Not everybody wants aggressive or intense as far as like
Yeah.
results driven. So
Yeah.
what brought you to us then? What made you decide, hey, I want to work like on the medical or med spa side of things? What was attractive about when you saw our post that we were hiring for an esthetician?
Yeah, I think I've been eyeballing you since, like, you opened, honestly. I think I
She's
was in
been cyber
ST
stalking
school.
us.
Yeah, I think I was in ST school and I was like, I don't know, I think and my aunt showed me you too and talked about you opening it. But obviously you were just opening, like, you weren't even adding anybody on
So
yet.
this was, like, 5 years ago then. So
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
been yeah, you're like Isabel, she was on the backside of
Oh,
things
yeah,
following
just,
us
like,
on social
waiting.
media,
Yeah.
waiting to pounce. I love that.
Yeah, it came full circle though, but
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I was just I am glad about how it worked out because I don't think I know I don't have or didn't have the experience that I needed to be here at the time anyways. I'm glad that I went there to learn and work with clients cuz even just me being shy in general, it took a long time to just get used to working with different people every day and talking to different people. At the time, I really was like indecisive about it too. So I'm glad this worked out. Like to come here, I think that here just from the little time I've been here already, I've learned so much and just doing lasers, microneedling, all stuff I haven't done before, working with new people and new clients, and then working around different people. Like I've never worked with nurses before, so
Sure.
that's very different. I feel like I'm learning a lot from you guys as well, which is nice.
Yeah, and that's the best, especially if you are considering going back later to get your nursing degree and your license, working around the same people that you're, aspiring to follow in their footsteps is
Yeah.
the best thing you can do is just shadow and absorb all of that information.
Yeah.
So, is that something that you're still considering is going back to nursing school?
I don't know, honestly. I felt like I did
After
want
you've seen some
more.
of the things that
Well,
we
yeah.
talk about, you're like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, the girls make me kinda scared, but, no, I there's definitely some things that you guys talk about that make it seem really fun too, for sure, and I think that maybe eventually, but I think right now, this definitely satisfied, like, the urge I had to, like, learn more. Like, I feel like right now, I'm still learning as I go. I think eventually there'll be more that I wanna learn, so eventually I can maybe bring that back in as an idea, but right now, honestly, I'm comfortable where I'm at, so which
What
is
has
nice.
been your favorite thing that you've learned, whether it's a procedure or device? Is there one thing that you do every day that you're super excited about and passionate about?
Yeah, I obviously am just a lover for custom facials. I feel like it's so different for everybody, so that's always my go-to, but if I had to pick a more intense treatment, it's definitely probably, like, pico
So
laser.
you really like the
Yeah.
Pico laser and you've experienced that for yourself, right? So you
Yes,
you
yeah.
watched, you shadowed, you went through our intense like laser boot camp. We brought a trainer
Mhm.
in from out of state to get you certified. You've experienced it out on the patient side of things. So tell us about your experience with it, your results, your downtime, the
Yeah.
aftercare, all that.
I think that I think that's why I like the pico laser so much is because I'm very sensitive and it really wasn't bad at all for me. So I know that if I do well with it, then most likely all of my clients will probably do well with it. Uh, and the results, I really was not expecting the results that I had. I knew that it had great results, but I specifically, like, for me, I don't have a lot of deep pigment on my skin. It was mostly, like, red acne scarring that I wanted to treat, and I didn't know how much of that it was gonna actually lift off my
Until we
skin.
looked at those before and after
Yeah.
photos. If you follow Trinity on Instagram, it's skin by Trin underscore Lux Lift. We've got them posted on there. Go follow her on Instagram and take a look at that because her results are intense. And it's not just from the lasers either,
Yeah.
because she has been putting in the work. I know when you first came here, I'm sure it was the stress of changing jobs, learning new product lines, all the things. Maybe having a few too many Alani to get you through the
Yes.
day, all that. But you started to, like, have, like, a purge cycle, you were breaking out
Yes.
pretty bad, and then we got you on a Face Reality skincare routine, and you were using a few other products too, so talk to us about your home care routine, the changes that you made in your lifestyle, anything that helped you along your acne journey.
Yeah, actually, since I've started here, I actually started a more basic skincare line than what I had been using before. And by basic, I just mean not a 10-step skincare routine. It's a lot shorter and it's honestly a lot easier for me to follow, and it's working better for me. I don't have
Absolutely.
all the extra things that I didn't necessarily need every day. I'm just adding into my routine. But yeah, I'm using all Face Reality right now, just really cleansing, moisturizing. I use the Acne Med from them, especially around times that I'm breaking out, and it helps a ton. And it really keeps me from being super inflamed. I am a picker myself, and I hate
Understand.
to admit it out loud, but I am bad myself, so it's nice when there's nothing there to pick, and Face Reality has done a great job at keeping my skin tame so that there's nothing there that I can even mess with, which is nice.
And I'm sure you tell your acne clients this, but for the listeners at home, if you get a pimple, do not pick, ice it.
Yes. Do
Ice. Get
not,
an ice
yes.
cube, or you can also get a cold roller or a cool compress, but ice it. Reduce the inflammation with cold and keep your hands off of it because you're going
Yes,
to make it
don't
worse.
touch
And then
it.
you're going to get a scar, and then you're going to have to come see us for chemical peels, lasers, and microneedling. It's a lot easier
Yep.
and cheaper to prevent than it is to correct after the fact. So keep your hands
Yes.
off your face, please. All right. So we've talked a little bit about your skincare journey. You're keeping your home care regimen simple. We have an upcoming staff treatment day. I think we have settled on February 6th. So I'm asking everybody, what are you hoping to get done for your staff treatment day?
I don't know, honestly, I've been thinking about that. I would say everything if I wasn't too scared to get
You want to
everything.
do a stack combo?
Yeah.
Well, last time, what did we do? Did we do a pico laser and a chemical peel?
Yeah, I was about to say I think we did do stacked. I think I did, yeah, Pico, and I think me and Katie both did Pico and a peel,
I'm pretty
and Izzy
sure.
did peel or Pico in the
Yeah, Izzy and
micro.
I both did Pico, Exceed microneedling, and then a cool CO2 combo on top of it. So
Oh,
we did a
yeah.
triple stack. You and Katie both did a Pico laser and a VI chemical peel on top.
Okay,
So
yeah.
are you up for trialing a little bit of microneedling? Do you have any textural concerns? Do you feel like you'd benefit from it?
I could probably benefit from microneedling, and I actually have thought about that. I'm a
Okay.
little nervous, but I think that I could. I think it would be worth the results. I think I
So
could force myself.
with what you're seeing in your skin now, like with no makeup, etc., on, what do you think you would benefit from the most? The traditional like Exceed microneedling with the stainless steel tips, or are you thinking Pixelate RF microneedling, the heated tips?
I think if I was gonna do it, I think I would go all in with the RF microneedling.
And for anybody who's assuming you don't have any inflamed cystic acne at the time of our staff
Yeah.
treatment day, you are not somebody where we need to go. Like, we're not hitting you hot and heavy. We're going to have it on a low treatment setting, but I think you'd benefit from it because it's actually going to reduce the amount of sebum or oil your skin produces. So it helps control acne prone skin. So I think that would also be a good treatment for you. So we could go in and do, if you're up for it, do a pico laser and then do a light pixelate RF microneedling on top of that. No, you've been doing the Pixelate RF microneedling in the treatment room. Do you have any like reservations about it, or do you have any questions, or do you want to share anything with what like the aftercare is like with that?
Yeah, I think everybody loves getting that just because of the aftercare, the post-care sachet that comes with it.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that little Epicurious, like
yeah.
the liquid gold in the tiny little black silk bag. It's
Yeah,
so
that's
cute.
actually probably one of the things persuading me to get it,
You're like,
honestly.
I need that aftercare kit,
Yes, yeah.
especially the lipid serum.
Yeah, and everybody's skin just looks really good after. Obviously, you have a little bit of downtime. I don't mind the downtime. I love people to ask me what I got done, honestly.
And with that one, if you choose to do the Pixelate RF microneedling, it's actually less what I call true social downtime in comparison with the Exceed. The Exceed you peel kind of like a mild sunburn.
Yeah.
Pixelate, you might have a little bit of texture and a little bit of like a sun-kissed appearance, but you can toss on a little tinted SPF and nobody knows you had anything done. Like
Yeah.
your man or we're obviously gonna know, but the general public isn't gonna look at you and be like, whoa,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened? Like what happened there? So
Right.
'cause sometimes get some side eyes when I'm in Mire after my treatment days.
I
I do not care though. So, all right. Well, what are you most looking forward to learning more about over your next year or so here at Luxlip? Do you have any skills that you want to develop? Any product lines you're interested in learning more about? Like, what are your hopes and your aspirations professionally?
Yeah, I think just diving into product knowledge in general, I love learning about products. I feel like a product I've learned 5 times about if I watch a new webinar or something over, I always learn something new. So, I love doing product knowledge in general. So, pretty much all of our products here, I'd love to learn more about. For myself too, I feel like there's times when I'm working with a product and I would have never used it for myself, and then I realized, like, what I'm telling someone is, like, something I should be telling myself. I should probably pick up that product myself. So, it's nice finding more things that work for me too. In general, I like working with our lasers and things like that, just continuing to become more
'Cause
comfortable.
that's all brand new to you. You had never
Yeah.
even touched or seen a laser before 9 months ago, right? Like, that
Yeah.
was your first experience with it. You'd never been treated with one. So, yeah, there's definitely gonna be more knowledge gained, whether you're in the room assisting and absorbing that information or as you operate them every day. And then we did have a new teammate that joined us recently, so we'll be bringing in another trainer, probably over the summer of 2026 to get her certified. So that'll be another opportunity for you to be in the room too, relearning that information, and getting your hands on some of the pieces that maybe you haven't had a chance to use a lot since your initial certification.
Speaking of, having a new SC come on board too, just learning from her, she's definitely, got a lot of education within the SC field. So there's a lot of things, including like Brazilian waxings and things like that, that I am not familiar with. So it's gonna be exciting working with her and learning new things from her as well. So
And we didn't even mention that. I guess, like, we should have we should have given some background on that because I honestly feel bad about when Trinity came on board, she was being hired as the second esthetician, and then our esthetician at the time relocated out of state. So Trinity only got about 2 months with her before she left. So a lot of these devices and procedures, she was still, in her orientation phase, and there's only so much I can do as a nurse practitioner and a nursing background. As far as the facial side of things are concerned, I can walk you through the microneedling and through the lasers, but I cannot troubleshoot a hydrofacial device. I cannot help walk you through the steps of a custom facial beyond what's written on the SOP. Like, anything beyond that, I am of zero use or value. So I'm very excited to have a second esthetician on board. So you guys have a sounding board. You can help consult with each other for home care regimens. You can help troubleshoot devices. You can adjust your custom facial steps to make sure that all of your treatments are in alignment. And you're right, she does have a lot of knowledge to bring to the table because she's been working with hydrofacial for several years in the
yeah.
face reality. So you guys are going to be a great pair. She's going to learn things from you and you're going to learn from her. So are you hoping to be able to also add the Brazilians and the bikini waxes to your menu over the next
Yeah, I
year?
definitely would love to. Yeah, I'm just not comfortable enough yet. So I think working with her more, hopefully having someone in person next to me showing me too will
Well,
be a lot more
and that's
helpful.
exactly it. I think what we'll do, because the see one, feel one, do one approach is what I swear by. So you'll probably be in the room with her while she does a couple. And then if you do not have to get a Brazilian wax, but if you want to experience it for yourself, by all means, you can get waxed. And then I think having her supervise you do one, that's the
Yeah.
best bet. Then obviously we'll put you through a certification course to make sure you get your actual continuing education units before you open up that brand new
Right.
service. And how about like the laminations and the lash lifts and tints? Is that
Yeah.
something that you also want to start doing?
Yeah, I'm super interested in that, honestly, because we didn't
Coming from
really.
that beauty background, I kind of figured that
Yeah.
intrigued
Yeah,
you.
which is surprising because yeah, we didn't really get into that in school very much at all, so I'm interested to learn about that a lot. I know my friends and family would love if I knew how to do that, so
Absolutely. Well, that'll be another one. Then we'll make sure you're in the room to observe a few, maybe get the treatment yourself if it's a good treatment for you, and then put you through that class to make sure that you get the continuing education units. We've got a plan for the next year. How about the next 3 years? See yourself staying with LuxLift, growing within the medical esthetician role, moving up the ladder? Because right now you're esthetician level 1. Are you hoping to eventually get level 2, level 3?
yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm looking forward to building in general, and I think just as a, like, team in general, we're all kind of building together, so
Absolutely.
it'll be interesting just to see where we all kind of go together in the next few years too.
I really like, obviously, I did handpick the team, but I don't think I could have picked a better team. I think we've got a great group with
I think
varying
so too.
experiences, varying backgrounds, but we all bring something to the table. And everybody, all of your clients adore you, your coworkers adore you. So everybody has positive things to say about you. All the clients that were previously seeing our last esthetician, they rave about you, your sense of touch. Everybody thinks you're a little shy. So
I
hopefully,
am.
hopefully this episode was a bit of an icebreaker for them so they could learn about a little more about you as a person and not just the esthetician who's performing that treatment when they're coming into
Yeah.
clinic. I did forget to ask you a little bit about your personal life. So who are you outside of work?
I'm pretty boring, honestly. I hang out with my fiance
You
now.
got it right. You didn't call him boyfriend.
Yes, I keep calling my boyfriend. We just got engaged
Did you get engaged at
on
Christmas?
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've been together. Thank
Congratulations.
you. Yeah, we've been together like 6 years now. So
How many days after you got engaged did you break that ring though?
like 3 days, I think.
I didn't. When you sent me the picture on Christmas though, I was like, how did she break it?
Yeah, it might have been that same day,
But until I
honestly.
saw it, I didn't realize how high it was. Like, it's
Yeah,
actually like, it's
yeah.
quite tall, so I would have done the same thing. That's why I don't
Mhm.
wear a wedding band while I'm at work because I don't want to lose the stone
Yeah.
or, like, pull off my gloves and accidentally throw it away. I've actually had to pull it out of the
Yeah,
trash
I've been
before,
scared
so
about that because I'm
yeah,
just so clumsy, and when you're not especially when it's new, you're not used to wearing it all the
and your
time,
hands get
so
sweaty and all that, and then it
yes.
slips off, so,
Yeah.
yeah, I that is one piece of advice I will give you, maybe consider a silicone wedding band so you don't lose that, especially
Yeah,
since you
yeah.
you broke it and had to get it repaired
Yeah.
once already within a month of getting it. And then, well, tell us about your man.
We've been together since 2020, so I think around 6 years, maybe 5 to 6 years now.
Okay.
We've known each other for quite a long time, so we've been friends for a long time. We actually started dating when I was a senior in high school, so
Okay.
he was definitely along the journey with me, like going into SD school and all of that. So that's really like he's my main go-to person, my best friend really. We
Uh-huh.
spend like all our time together.
How'd you guys meet?
We actually met through a friend. One of my friends was close friends with one of his friends, I think. So we met through them, and he actually went to he's moved around a lot. So he actually went to a school in Indiana.
Okay. And right now you're doing the long distance thing, sort of, right? Like he's about an
Kinda.
hour away,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're having to drive quite a ways to get to see him. But
Yes.
what are the plans after you get married? Are you hoping to settle down a little bit closer to work?
Yeah, I actually think that we're both going to relocate over where I live here, not here, but in Indiana, closer over here. So that will be nice. We either of us won't be driving so far. So, and he lives closer to where I was working before, which is where we are going to relocate. But then it happened that I came back here. So now I think we're going to come back this way.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully that is sooner rather than later so you can
Yeah.
cut down the miles on your poor
Yeah.
car.
Don't have to
Because
change my tires.
if there's one piece of advice or one takeaway, maybe, somebody who's struggling with their skin or thinking about getting aesthetics, what's one takeaway you'd like a listener to get from today's episode with us?
I think just how important it is to see a professional, not just because we know things that you may not know. There's things that you can definitely learn from us, but there's things that we learn from you too as you come in. I think the most important part is just remembering to take time to care for yourself. Skin is the largest organ in your body, and everybody forgets about it. It's definitely something that you want to take care of mentally, emotionally, physically. I feel like seeing a professional is a good reminder. Like you may pick up some product when you come in. So that new product, you're going to be excited to use it. You're going to get back into a skincare routine that you may have not been doing for a few months that you may have fell off of. Or yeah, just that monthly reminder to just get in and relax and have someone else do your skincare for you so that you don't have to stress about it. And we could just see things a lot of times that you don't notice on an everyday basis looking at your skin. So it's nice to get a different point of view, and everybody critiques themselves so much. So I feel like it's nice to just talk to someone that's not judging your face the whole time. We're just looking, we're pointing out things and giving you solutions to it rather than just being upset with something that's on there and not knowing what to do. So I feel like there's always a solution instead of just prescribing and being like, okay, try this, try this. There's definitely a lot of trial and error, even seeing an esthetician, but we build with you the whole time. So I think that's nice. It's almost having like a partner that's like
Yeah.
helping you through like figuring out what works for you. So
Exactly. I think it's important too with I mean, you can say with medicine and with aesthetics, with cosmetics, what we are doing with trying to create solutions or trying to help you solve maybe a problem or a concern with your skin, it's going to take more than one visit. So coming back to make sure we can continuously help you adjust your home care regimen and and then recommend those in-office treatments. That's what's important. If you come in and you buy a product, you get a facial and it's a one-off, you might not necessarily get results after just one treatment. So developing that relationship and usually trying to stick with the same esthetician, the same skincare lines, that's really important too. Because if you go back and forth between different clinicians, different skincare lines, you could start having reactions. Somebody may use an ingredient that interferes or conflicts with something that you're already using in your home care regimen. So I would try to stick with the same esthetician and the same skincare lines just to help enhance those results for
Yeah,
sure.
I definitely agree. There's so many too, like, influencers, and there's so many trends right
Skinfluencers.
now. Yes, yes. And not that it's a bad thing. I love that there's people out there that are trying to help other people, but there's everybody's skin is different, so not one product is gonna work for everybody. So that's why you wanna get in and see someone in person to really figure out, like, is it working for you, or is it just like, is it maintaining your skin? Is it correcting anything? Are you just maintaining, or is it not doing anything for you? So, just kind of breaking it down with someone I think helps.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to wrap up. Again, thank you all for being here and tuning in to another episode of the Aesthetically Awkward podcast. Make sure you go follow Skin by Trin underscore Luxlift on Instagram. And she also has a Trinity Upton Facebook page. You can follow me, Bobby, the NP underscore Luxlift, and Aesthetically Awkward Podcast on Instagram. I'm also over on TikTok. You can always email the clinic, call the clinic if you have any questions or concerns. Trinity is accepting new faces in her treatment bed. So if you are ready to book a skin transformation, book a hydrofacial, a chemical peel, or you just want to come in and reset with a 45-minute custom facial, Skin by Trin is your girl. You guys have a great week.